Welcome back. Welcome back to this week's YouTube Live and the podcast. My name's RD. I got BigMac with us. So it's been a while since he been on. So welcome back.
Yeah, buddy. Thank you.
Yeah, man. I can tell it's getting dark outside. It used to be sunshine when I come on the show. Now it's got dark. So
Yeah, it's like fast around here.
man, I don't know about you how y'all season started, but teal season starts this weekend for us. We get a whole count them up 8 days.
Yeah, I think they gave us 9 days, so
Oh,
I know the struggle. It's the same.
oh man, you get a whole extra day.
Yeah, that's about it. It might only be 8 days, but I know that there were some guys hunting by us yesterday. They thought it was still open. They had no clue that it closed, and they got told, I guess.
Did they get told or did they get told with a piece of paper?
I don't know the whole extent, but they got told that they were wrong. Let's put it that way.
It is rough when you every year the rules change, dates change. It is hard to keep up with. So you almost have to have a lawyer with you.
Just about.
But last year we had you and your son on it, and this little contraction right here was the talk of the reloading forums for I know 2-3 months. I mean, it was everybody was talking about Big Mac, Big Mac, Big Mac. Who is this? Who is Big Mac? Like I've never heard of Big Mac, and the only Big Mac I knew was at McDonald's.
The one you eat, right?
But
Yeah.
to us reloaders, this right here changed the game, especially loading TSS. So give us an update on these. I know because I saw it in the magazine. As soon as I seen it in the magazine, I sent y'all a message and said, "Is this y'all?" So give us an update.
All right, so my son Jake, as you guys know, he came up with that deal, and um, he came up with it to fix our problem. Like it was taking us forever to load this TSS. We weren't getting accurate loads, and you'd be plus or minus BBs. And the TSS we get was really consistent in weight per pellet. So he designed this thing for different size pellets. Like if your load calls for 118 pellets, you can scoop this what's called an exacta scoop
Yep.
in the tray of pellets, bring it out, and you can bring out exactly 118 pellets.
And if you only needed 100, you could tape up one little section or whatever you're loading for that recipe.
Yeah, so he does, or has did some for Buddy Denman, and Buddy comes up with some crazy ideas. He's got them doing like, I don't know, 3, 4, 500 pellet scoopers now, and he's got them doing it for his turkey loads. And Buddy's really been good to my son, and that's been good for the experimental part of it. A buddy will throw different ideas at him, and Jake will, yeah, I think I can make that. They work back and forth and come up with just different things in reloading, not just that stuff.
Right.
But eventually, or last year, after we spoke, we got with Grant from Ballistic Products. Between he and Elliot, Jake worked out a deal with them to be an exclusive supplier for them on the exacta scoops, is what they call it. And
Heck yeah. And as soon as I saw it, that's when I reached out and I was like, "This y'all," and you said yeah. And I was tickled. I mean, it's cool when a reloader, just an everyday Joe Blow reloader, makes an idea. It's even better when it's made in the United States. And he was just in school. I'm just happy for y'all. I'm super excited that he's got something with that.
heck yeah, no, he was in my basement helping me reload, and he's like, "Dad, this is taking forever. We can figure this out." And he and my other son actually worked on it together a little bit. And anyways, a lot of tinkering. They finally got him dialed in.
That's good, man. I really liked it because it cut my measuring down. I mean, like by minutes, not seconds, by minutes, because I was measuring them out, taking pellets in and out, and when it blew up, I ordered 2 of them, and that really, especially because I was bouncing back and forth between the duplex loads, the steel and the TSS. So, I got one for steel and then TSS, and then I didn't have to weigh out anymore.
No,
But
that's awesome. That's a great tech right there.
what's his next plans? He's got anything new coming out?
He was working on a couple funnels. So Buddy had him working on some funnels for like some 410 loads and 20 gauge loads. I think he got a couple prototypes. He was designing it for that to work specifically for what Buddy needed. They were working on some pellet sifters. Like if you, I seen another guy came out with him, and he was a buddy of Buddy's and a buddy of, but like they're taking like number 8 pellets and then they're dropping them down through, and it's one pellet dropping smaller pellets down through, dropping smaller pellets. So if you get a squib load and you got to dump it out, you don't have to sit there and finger sort each pellet. It sifts through it and sorts it for you.
That's
So
pretty cool.
pretty cool deal. What else? They're working on some reels. There's some stuff for our fishing reels. They came up with a couple ideas so that we could reel our stuff in with a cordless drill. We hook it on our, like, if you ever fish, we use like 400 and 600 foot copper lines,
Right.
which on, and they just go on the drill and it reels it in for us. So that's pretty cool.
So
Still
talking about fishing, that's not
Yeah.
the scoops is kind of like his gig, but you got a different gig. So you have a guide service, right?
Yeah, we have a hunting and fishing guide service.
So where are you out of? I know where you're out of, but tell the people where you're out of.
So I live in Michigan. In this past year, we guided fishing and waterfowl hunting in Michigan. Then we went to Rhode Island in December. So December through like the 20th of January, we were there. Then I was fortunate enough to get to go guide in the Gulf for saltwater fishing in February, March, and April. So that was really cool.
So what do you like better, the up there in Michigan or the salt like?
Man, I
Gulf?
tell you, it comes and goes. About the end of duck season, I'm ready for it to be over because I'm up 2:33 in the morning, get to bed. Like I go to bed early. I'd go to bed 7, 8 o'clock during duck season, but it's just a drain on your body, on your mind, and you got to go every day. Like we don't take days off. We go every single day of the season. And
I think
awesome.
that's about what every guide says. Like they're ready for the season to be over with.
Yeah, you get tired. Then we took 2 weeks off, I guess, and then we went to Rhode Island the day after Christmas. And about the time we're done with that, we're ready to be done with that. And then,
I bet so.
Oh, go ahead.
So it's called Annihilators Guide Service. How many months out of the year you guiding, fishing and hunting?
So I would say it's easier to say how many I'm not. So we don't guide typically about August. I guess we were fishing. So literally every day of the year this year, or every month of the year, we were doing something with guiding between saltwater and the waterfowl and our Great Lakes fishing.
So how many people guide for you?
So I've got right now we've got 2 guides that are working with me in the waterfowl. My son and Reed, my buddy Reed Fitch, like a brother to me. We work together on that, and then in the Great Lakes fishing, waterfowl stuff. The Great Lakes fishing, I've got a couple of my buddies' kids. They help me. My son helps me. My son Toby, he's my oldest. And then in the saltwater stuff, I had my Vietnamese buddy QT, call him Quan Tran, but QT is his nickname. He's there every day with me down in the salt.
So
That's about it.
it's waterfowl season for a lot of us, and I know that up in Michigan, goose season's already picked up. What's it looking like up there?
You know, it started out kind of slow. Like I was telling my buddies that we seen the least amount of geese preseason that we had seen all year, or as long as I've been doing it. Well, then all of a sudden, the switch.
What's the temperature?
Temperature today, when we finished hunting, was probably right around 60 degrees. It was warm.
So you think that's out of norm?
Yes and no. It's like it was started out cold. It started out like the first week of September was cold here, like 40s and 50s. But I think now it's kind of warm. But I tell you what, the birds are down. Like we had a pile of birds. They were trying to land on us when we're picking up our decoys, which was cool.
Really?
Yeah,
Any snows or just geese? Just
all
Canada's?
all Canada's is what we've seen. We've seen a ton of wood ducks this year. I've seen more
Really?
wood than I've ever seen. And I've got two different spots where, man, when it's time to turn the switch on, there's some wood ducks that are going to be
Hey,
in some.
that's some good eating.
Yes, sir.
I mean, it could be hooded mergansers.
Yeah, it definitely are. They're definitely wood ducks.
I mean, if I had my choice, wood ducks or mergansers, I think I'd take the wood ducks. At
Oh,
least they
yes.
taste good on the grill.
Yeah, we put them in a crock pot. We did a crock pot stuff with them last year that was really good. The geese
Like,
I've been doing, we can't keep that in stock. As fast as we shoot them, we make jerky and stuff's off the shelves with the kids and family. My wife takes them to work.
that's what I do with mine. I make jerky out of my geese too. I soak them in water and salt to get all that blood out of them, and then
Yep.
I put them overnight. I put them in teriyaki sauce. What sauce you using?
So we use some teriyaki. I use some Worcestershire sauce. I think I said that right.
Who knows?
Pineapple.
I don't think anybody can pronounce it right.
No, probably not. You know what I'm talking about,
I know
though.
what you're talking about.
Yep, pineapple juice. We've been using that. It seems to break down the fibers, gives it a little sweeter taste.
Like how much
Um,
pineapple juice?
so when I do about 8 pounds at a time, I think that's what I've been doing. I've been putting in about 10 ounces of pineapple juice.
Really, I might try that.
Yeah, I can send you the recipe when we're done here. We post a link to it or something. It's something I got off the internet. And,
All right.
man, it's
Yeah.
good.
Yeah, when I make goose jerky, it usually I started it at work, and a couple hours of doing it, by the end of the day there was none left. It was gone. Like everybody ate it.
Yeah,
Right?
that's the way my wife's work. They got into it and didn't put it down.
Yeah, I don't think I want to eat them any other way. But y'all ain't came across no bands yet.
We had one band, and believe it or not, like we don't shoot very many bands with me. I don't know if it's because we don't hunt by the reserves or what it is, but no, we got one last year, one this year, two the year before. It's scarce here, but we kill a bunch of geese. So I know guys that'll shoot six in one flock, and well, that's not
Wow.
us.
Yeah, I ain't. The only bands I got are over there on the wall, and that's the ones I get at Ducks Unlimited to try to win a prize.
Right?
But Jeff just joined. Hey Jeff, man, I hope you safe out there in North Dakota. I seen some bad weather out your way. So man, I think North Dakota had tornadoes like 2 nights ago or something. It was pretty rough out there.
Yeah, that's not good. I thought you were going to say snow, and I was going to say they can keep all that, but they can keep the tornadoes too. I'm glad he's safe.
Yeah, I don't want none of them. But
Right?
so how many times you been hunting so far?
Geese, God, today's the 17th. It's been probably 10 days, I believe. 10, 11 days. It's been
So
pretty good. We're 7 days.
are you guiding geese or is it just ducks?
Just my buddies today. I had what I call the Amish Mafia out with me. There's a couple of Amish dudes that go out with us, and they're a hoot because they can't shoot for squat. They always the kitchen sink as far as ammo goes. They're a riot to have in the blinds with us, and we spend all day laughing. They ask us stuff about us, and we ask them stuff about them, but they're just great dudes.
You ain't letting them shoot none of your TSS, are you?
Heck no.
I
No,
might
they
help
laugh.
them out.
Pardon?
It might help them out.
Oh, I don't know. It don't help your accuracy. You still got to aim right.
Probably so. So, when does normal waterfowl season start for y'all?
For us, we don't start until about the second week of October. I know it starts September 29th in one area, but here where we're at, we're not going to physically start until like the second week of October.
What kind of species y'all normally targeting?
So for myself, when we're out there on the big water, we target diver ducks. So we target redheads, bluebills, ringnecks. We get last year we got a couple spots where we get like we have gotten 11 different species in one day,
Really?
which that's a lot of stuff. But old squaw, that's our specialty. Kind of we kind of made a name for ourselves with the old squaw.
That's what I
It's
want.
Yeah, it's not rocket science to shoot them. A lot of people can shoot them, but to stay on them every single day, know where they're moving,
Mm-hmm.
where the difference is. You know, when they're in there, everybody can shoot them. It's like I said, it's not rocket science, but we pride ourselves on being able to locate them every day and put our clients on them every day, and that's what we try to do.
So with the old squalls, I know that's technically a sea duck, but what are you normally shooting with them? I know a lot of people that shoot sea ducks. They always like number twos, and I know you at UTSS and stuff like that. But what do you normally tell people to
Yep.
bring?
So for old squaw, typically, like even ourselves, we shoot number 3 shot, number 3, number 4 shot. I tell people when they ask, well, what do I need to bring? Number 3 shot with an improved or modified choke. That's what I recommend.
Mm-hmm.
You want a pattern quick. You know, I
Right.
get these guys up with their turkey chokes and their full chokes and shooting BBs and number 2s. I'm like, you guys are crazy. Like, um, you shoot number 3s or 4s, it's kind of like a scatter gun in close and it's lights out.
You know, a lot of people don't take in consideration. You know, waterfowl hunting is so different in pretty much every state you go to. But when you see duck hunting, when you shoot, them pellets hit that water. It's like an instant. Dang, I was a mile behind the bird.
Oh yeah, and it's always the guys that, um, believe me, we were those guys too that think they're great shots. I'm a state champion trap shooter. You know, I know what I'm doing. And then you watch them shoot these things when they're bouncing in the layout boat. The duck's coming 40-mile-an-hour sideways, and they shoot 3 foot in front of them. Then they shoot over them, and then they shoot 10 feet behind them. And we just sit in the tender boat and just laugh, crack it up. And their buddies laugh at them. They get on the radio, give them a hard time. But that's what it's all about. You know, eventually the stars start aligning. They're like, oh, I got to do it this way. And we've had people, I kid you not, shoot 150 times and not get a duck. And
Good gracious.
yes, and I tell them, like, finally, you know, they get in the boat. I'm like, dude, you want to use a different gun? And it usually comes down to they have a full choke in and they have like number 2 shot or something like that. BBs are number 2.
So
We trade them up.
Jeff's asking where you hunting. Jeff, you just tuning in, and the people just joining. We got BigMac on. He's a guide out of Michigan, and got a bunch of other people helping him out also in Rhode Island. But yeah, with the boats, like how many people have you seen get sick in them sneak boats, the layout
Hardly,
boats?
because we call them layout boats, but I've had people, but it's usually people that those are more stable than my tender boat. When they're on the water, they're sitting low to the ground,
Really?
and yeah, usually more stable. But I do get people puking every now and then, and man, they look miserable. Thank God I've never did that, but they look miserable. Their buddies are relentless. They won't let them go in because they paid for the day to hunt. You know, they don't want to go in.
Right.
But I had one guy. He was a big hunter, like big whitetail hunter, ram hunter. He offered me $6,000 to take him in one day. He was so sick, and I seriously contemplated it. I'm like, nah, dude. Like,
So how much of a ride time is that?
Pardon?
How much of a ride? I ain't gonna say commute, but how much time does it take to get to the spots?
It's about 45 minutes that day. So a lot of times we run right across the Saginaw Bay, and we'll run out. We got 3 different spots that we try to target, but usually it's a 45-minute ride from where we go.
How deep's that water?
So anywhere between 25 and 40 feet is where we typically hunt. When we hunt Lake Michigan, sometimes it's 60, 70, 80 feet.
Man, I've been
That's
watching
total.
them shows up there talking about what fell in the Great Lakes and trains and all kind of stuff where they trying to get gold out of there.
Oh yeah,
probably ain't nothing up there, but they sucked me in on them videos.
There's supposedly a big ship out there that's got a whole bunch of gold on it, but
I know. I watched it. They didn't find it.
they didn't find it. All right.
they didn't find it. So
Yeah.
supposedly it's like a Confederate where all the gold went, and
Yep, there you go. That's exactly what it is.
yeah, I don't know. They searched for days and days and days, and I watched for hours and hours and hours, and they came up empty-handed.
Right? That sounds about right.
So the redheads are the redheads for us. I think about the closest they get for us is to the Outer Banks of North Carolina, maybe sometimes a little bit of Georgia, but man, around here they are like, if you see them, they might not be there tomorrow. Like they are like real quick. Is that how they are up there?
Yeah, and it's like they just one day show up, and you better be there ready to shoot them. And, you know, last year toward the end of the season, we started getting some really beautiful redheads. You guys probably get some good ones when you see them down there.
I personally have not shot one.
No?
I saw them out the Outer Banks, and they were so smart at the Outer Banks. You would see them coming, and then when they hit the big water, they would go back out in the ocean and then come back around. Like they knew where the blinds were, and I mean they were smart.
Yeah, they are smart.
But they say, and I haven't been to the Outer Banks when they come because you can't schedule it. Like you said, if you there when they show up, it's going to be a banger of a show. And I saw one. Me and my buddy was hunting out in Outer Banks. We already had our bluebills limit, and a redhead was right in the middle. And I'm like, dude, I'm giving you the chance to shoot. And he's like, but what if I hit the bluebill? I'm like, shoot the redhead. And then they just went, whoosh, and they just all went up, and you couldn't pick out. I mean, it was just, you know how they raft up.
Oh, yeah, you made the right call.
You know, that's the only redhead I seen.
Dang.
Other than somebody got one on the wall.
Yeah, come on up. We'll shoot them. We'll shoot them and a couple of old squaw.
That's what I'm talking about. Maybe 26, 27 season.
There you
go. I already got my 25, 26 season booked up. I don't think my chief financial officer would approve.
Yeah, I get
it. Jeff said he likes to eat redheads, ducks.
Clarified.
I had to add that.
Yeah.
Bunch of weirdos in here. But yeah. I don't know. All we get mostly is teal, wood ducks. I think I ain't even call mallards around here, but a lot of ringnecks, bluebill, stuff like that.
Yeah, we got into some black ducks last year. That was kind of cool.
Like in the marshes or out in the big water?
In Rhode Island and in Michigan. But literally, like I had never shot one before, and last year I probably shot maybe a dozen of them myself.
Really?
And shot a load of them. Reed shot a load of them. Client shot a load of them. I don't know why a sudden influx of black ducks, but it was kind of cool.
So, how long does it take you to get from Michigan to Rhode Island?
Usually about 19 to 20 hours, something like that. Canada, you could go through Canada and shave 3-4 hours, but I'm not going to deal with them and customs and guns and boats. And
man, is that they still in the same time zone too, ain't they? Or is that one a time zone's different?
They're in the Eastern time zone, which is what we.
Right. So you got waterfowl season, then you move over into fishing. What kind of fishing you targeting on there? And live on the camera is my fat raccoon that keeps eating my deer corn. You see that? Look at that. You see him running off?
Oh, you gotta snipe that thing.
I got a family of them jokers. They keep taking my deer corn.
Man, it wouldn't last longer out here.
That was live. That was live. Yep. Can't get a deer to come on camera, but we get a raccoon.
Might need to take a commercial break for a minute.
I ain't eating them things.
Nope.
I got a buddy who does though. He will make some barbecue out of them in a heartbeat.
Haven't been that hungry yet.
I ain't either. That's about like Hood and McGanzers, you know.
Right?
Whatever.
We
So what?
we tried those when we first got into duck hunting. Like we would everything we shot we would eat, and some things we just decided we're not going to shoot them anymore because we're not going to eat them, and the hooded mergansers are one of them.
Man, a female Hood and McGanzer, that's like one of the ugliest birds.
Yeah.
And their eyes. Ugh. So getting back to fishing. So what kind of fishing y'all targeting?
So when we were in the ocean, we were doing grouper, snapper, and we would get sharks, that sort of thing. A lot of I guess snappers and groupers, what we would hit. Then when we fish in Michigan, we start out with walleye in the spring. And then we got into lake trout and salmon as the spring progressed and got into summer. In this fall, we've still been, like last weekend, I was over in Lake Michigan catching salmon, steelhead. And then we went river fishing with my cousin, who's a new guide on the rivers, and we were catching king salmon.
I saw that you shouted out your cousin started guiding.
Yeah, he's a younger kid. I say kid, he's in his 30s. Seems like a dang kid, but super good dude. He's been doing it his whole life basically, and he wanted to take the bull by the horns, and he asked me a couple things, and he just ran with it, and he has got them things dialed in, which is a lot of fun. Something new for us.
That's good.
Yeah.
So what they catching now towards the Gulf?
So the Gulf, we were catching snapper, grouper, triggerfish, hogfish. Those were both ugly fish, but really cool to catch. The biggest thing we caught, or the coolest thing, was like an 8 to 9 foot shark. This 12-year-old kid would caught a shark. The day before, he fought it for 2 hours. I swear, we chased it half mile. Then it snapped a line, and then the next day, like, he was heartbroken. So the next day we went out again, and we went out 40 miles in the Gulf, and we were trying to catch some big grouper and some snappers, and every time we bring a fish up, the sharks would just drill them. They'd eat them, and we'd bring up a hook and a head. Mm-hmm. That's about all we have left. And I looked below the boat, and I seen like 15 sharks circling under the boat. It was blue water, but you could see the sharks plain as day. So I said to this Johnny, Johnny, the next fish you get on, reel it up as fast as you can. Don't pump the rod, just reel it. And you get it up, we're going to catch us a big shark. He got it up. We hooked the fish on a big hook, big rod. It wasn't down there 30 seconds. We had a shark hooked up, and the rest is history. It was huge.
Dang.
Yeah.
So
a lot of fun.
You said earlier your son was modifying the fishing rod so you can use, like a drill or something to speed up. So how far out you letting them things go before?
So we're using those for our fishing for salmon and trout and steelhead in Lake Michigan or Lake Huron. But we're letting out like a 400 foot of copper line up to 600 foot of copper line, which that's heavy and a lot of drag, and you just reel and reel and reel and reel, and nobody likes reeling those in by hand. So he come up with this little device. He hooks on a drill, and we hook it onto our reels and bring it in at however many revolutions per minute that thing will go.
So how many? If you sending that much line out, how much is that rod holding?
So we got our reels maxed out, but what that does is it sinks. So our 600 foot of copper or weighted steel is getting us down about 600 would be to about 100 feet. We figure something like that. 120 feet down it's getting us.
How long does that line last?
Hopefully a long time because it's expensive.
I'm going to imagine so. Like, you would think that it would be brittle, like easy to break.
No, it doesn't. We change our leader line out all the time. We use like 50-pound Power Pro. Mm-hmm. Then we steel line, and then we hook to 30-pound fluorocarbon.
Wow, I didn't know they had copper.
Yep, copper and weighted steel. It's really popular here. Have you heard of lead core line? Sometimes they use lead core line. I hate lead core, but
So I
sometimes.
can't believe they would let that like lead up in Michigan. I mean, that's like a
Yeah, that
pretty
line comes
liberal.
from California.
I mean, it's pretty close.
Yep.
There's a lot of shotgun manufacturers up there, like shells manufacturers up there. That's what blows my mind.
Yeah, there sure are.
But I mean, I guess Michigan and Chicago and stuff like that, it's only like little teeny big cities, and then it's country on the way, the rest of the way out. Like New York, you know, you say New York and you think downtown, but the rest of New York's pretty country and farming.
Yeah, beautiful area. You get outside of the big city.
Yeah, I don't want to live in a big city.
Me both.
I do want to move to the Outer Banks though. One day I'm going to be at the Outer Banks.
Have you been out there much?
Oh yeah, I go by almost every year.
Yeah.
Either hunting or vacation. Either way, I love the Outer Banks.
Yeah, we've never experienced that, but we might try it.
Man, around Buxton and Okokoto, that's my favorite place.
I'm taking notes.
Jeff, I was thinking the exact same thing when he was saying copper. Jeff said crackhead line. I was like, yeah, somebody's copper pipes and house went missing to make that fishing line.
That's about right. Yep.
But yeah, one day I'm going to be in the Outer Banks, either alive or my ashes, because in my wheel, or maybe not wheel, but what I want done with my ashes is to spread them out in Okokoto and the Outer Banks. So one in the way, I'm either going to live there or be spread there, but I'm going to end up in the Outer Banks one day.
Hopefully you'll get to live there, then get spread there. That sounds like a good goal.
That's what I'm talking about. But yeah, I love hunting there. We'll be going to the Outer Banks in January.
Okay.
But yeah, that's definitely one of my places. I'm planning to go in December. We're going to Arkansas, and then Outer Banks, and then I'll be going to New Jersey. So
what do you do in Jersey?
Hopefully a black duck and brant.
Awesome.
So I'm going to go when both of them's in season, so I can scratch off both of them at the same time.
Heck yeah. We were looking at doing some guiding out that way, actually. We were just talking about it today. It's something to put on our long-term radar.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
So I can pull up over here. So I'm going to pull up the website. There we go. Pull up the website and tell everybody your website.
It's tailannihilators.com. So you know how to spell tail. Try to figure out how to spell annihilators. It's ANNIHILATORS.com. And it's got our hunting and fishing. It says guided waterfowl and fishing charters in Michigan and Rhode Island. We don't have anything with our saltwater yet. But you scroll through it, it's got a little video to show a little bit about what we do. I think there's a couple videos maybe.
Right. Yeah, there's
two
videos right there.
Yep, lots of pictures.
Man, just looking at them old squalls and them sea ducks, and them are eiders right there, ain't they?
Eiders, yep, eiders, and it looks like surf scoters. It's really small on my screen, but I think I see what you're looking at.
Yeah, we call them clown face.
Yeah, I love them things. I think candy corn. Their beaks look like. Love it.
That's right. So all kind of different fishing stuff, hunting stuff on here, and then gets down into the fishing stuff.
Yeah, that's mostly the walleye that's on the website. We just really got back to salmon fishing this year.
And I know in the about section, it talks about, obviously, BigMac there, but then it talks about your son and then the rest of your guides.
Right. And my famous dog, Xena.
How old's the pup?
She's 4 now.
How's she do out there in that big water?
She does great, but when it's time for her to let you know that she's done, she'll let you know she's done. And like she she's all gas, but I don't know, when that water gets a certain temperature, she gets a little hesitant. When I say temperature, it's like 37, 38, 37 degrees and 3 foot waves.
I mean, I was looking at this photo here beside your wife. I mean, did you play football?
I did.
I was gonna say that definitely looks like football.
Yeah. Yeah, a little bit. My boys both play college football, so it's genetics.
They played now or earlier.
So my older one is done with college. This football this past year was his last. The one that makes it the exact scoops
Mm-hmm.
is third year of college football.
Where at?
They play at Ferris State University, and I'm going
I
to give
got
them a
you.
little. They won the last 3 out of 4 national championships, so they're a very high level Division II team.
Well, you know, we around here bleed red for South Carolina, but the way my Gamecocks have been playing the past 2 weeks, I think y'all's cheerleaders probably could beat the Gamecocks.
Oh boy,
Uh,
we got some big bulls. They're bigger girls, that's for sure. Some of them are.
Saturday's game with the Gamecocks. Now we have in South Carolina, we do have 3 decent teams. We got Carolina Gamecocks, we got Clemson, and then Coastal. But you know, Carolina and Clemson have been both ranked in the top 10, 15 all season. And after both of their games this past weekend, neither one of them should be in the top 25 because they both look terrible.
Yeah, that's unfortunate.
And then our quarterback got hit and got a concussion. Who knows how long he's going to be out for?
At least 3 weeks, I think.
Yeah, at least they take that serious. But man, he was going for the Heisman, and now that's going to really hinder him for sure. But I mean, it's football. I mean, what can you do?
Yeah, hopefully he comes out of it well.
So how can people get in contact with you? I know you got a website. I know you're on Facebook, and what else y'all got?
So Facebook is probably the most popular. I get a lot of instant messages on Facebook. People can text me like literally. I'll wake up at 2 in the morning and I answer text sometimes. It's crazy. Don't call me at 2 in the morning though.
Hey man, you got any of that copper?
Yeah, that's what I get. Or I'll get somebody wants to start a conversation at 10 o'clock at night. I'm like, man, I am going to bed, but I'll text for a while, and then usually I fall asleep.
Yeah.
But texting is the best because I always have my phone with me. I would say Facebook is the second best because I check my Facebook Messenger all the time. We have Instagram. It's tail.annihilators. That's not as active. I only got a couple hundred followers on that, but we're starting to build out a little bit. It's
You gotta get your sons involved on that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Switch back to the. There we go. So I know you into reloading. What y'all reloading right now? What's y'all's 25 hot shell right now? Cause bismuth is your first 3 grandkids and your first car and after car and all your bank account. Cause I don't think nobody's shooting that this year. And TSS ain't cheap.
TSS is still what we're putting in our basket. I'm working on some 20 gauge shells for my son Toby's girlfriend. She's just getting into shooting geese and ducks, and she went out goose hunting with a 20 gauge, and I think she liked it. So of course, I went all in on some 20 gauge loading components for her, and I call it a long term investment. I'm hoping it'll stay together.
I know how it was. Oh, honey, I just need to get a reloader. Yeah,
Yep,
I know how that goes.
Yep.
So, are you doing straight loads or duplexes or?
Duplex with everything. So we usually use like a 1/4 ounce of TSS and then whatever filler. So my personal loads for 12 gauge, it's 1 1/4 ounces. So I use 1 ounce of steel and a 1/4 ounce of TSS.
3
and I
inch.
get out lights out. Yeah, 3 inch, number 3 steel and 8 TSS. That's my favorite load for everything. We use them for eider all the way down to wood ducks.
Woo!
Lights
TSS
them
on
up.
wood ducks.
It lights them up. But there
I
is some small power. It doesn't destroy them, but
right.
it kills them.
Yeah,
But you're
probably
right. It's
TSS. If people hadn't shot TSS, it is 100% game changer. And I know it's expensive. And I always tell people when you're shooting TSS, at least shoot TSS for turkey loads
oh for sure. And
because it is
man, my
no comparison.
what's that?
There is no comparison.
Yeah, I missed. My son took me turkey hunting. We hunted for 3 days. He called one in about 30 yards. I freaking missed. Guide, pro, this, that. I looked like an idiot. We had it all on camera. He's like, Dad, you look like such a goon. But man,
What do y'all have up there? Y'all got Easterns?
yeah, we got yeah.
How hard are they up there? Like
As far as what to kill?
no to find them.
So there's a ton of them around us, but
Really?
man, once you get smart quick, they get scarce.
So do y'all have 2 seasons or just one season a year?
Fall and spring, and we went in the spring. He got
Okay.
his turkey, got a girlfriend a turkey, had me a turkey, and I whiffed on it. And then we ended up closing the deal on it later in the season. But yeah, it was a lot of work.
Y'all
Like,
get hens in the fall, or is it just toms both?
I think you can shoot hens, but I've never shot a hen.
Man, that's when I think Michigan, I always think like wind and cold. Like I
Oh,
I always just get cold thinking about it.
right, it is. Like duck season is freezing. It seems like my window faces the west, and the wind blows from the west, and I can hear it 2 in the morning. The wind coming through, whistling, and snow and sleet hitting the window. I'm like, damn, I got to get up in a half hour and go duck hunting. But once you're up, it's game on.
The South could not live. There would be dead people everywhere. Like we are not prepared for that.
Yeah, I believe that. We hunted in Alabama 2 years ago, and we did that in December. That was a great time. My son and I went down to, what the heck was that? I forget the name of the lake. Hunted in Alabama, anyways, and what a blast that was. Shooting pintail or canvasbacks, what we were going after.
Now I know there's a lake close. It's in Georgia, but I don't know how close it is to the Alabama line. And they're known for their canvasbacks. Like they real big on canvasbacks.
Yeah.
I don't personally know. I don't know anybody that shot one around here. I mean, I imagine somebody in South Carolina probably has. The wind blew one day and probably got him lost, but I don't know too many people that shoot them around here.
Yeah.
I think they kind of like redheads. They kind of like group together too.
You better be there when they're ready or when they're there.
Yeah. They definitely on my list of scratching off. I'm gonna try. Yeah. I'm gonna try to get the whole list. I'm about halfway.
Yeah. One of our the guy that guides with me, Reed, he got his finally. He got all his birds, the 41 or 42, whatever it is, and he's a go-getter though. He'll hunt for 2 weeks for one bird, and solo hunt with yourself. He doesn't pay guides. Everything's solo. Do his thing. Kills him good.
That's living the dream there, but that's a lot of work.
Yeah, he puts his work in, that's for sure.
Because scouting is about the hardest part, especially when, like, I couldn't come to Michigan and scout. Like, I would have to come for a whole week, first couple of days, just to learn where I can and can't and where the birds are.
Right. Yeah, it's a whole different game when you got to start up from zero. And
So getting back to the guiding of waterfowl, where people stay, like that kind of accommodation stuff? If I was wanting to come up that way, what would be my planning of my trip?
So Bay City, Michigan is pretty central to the Saginaw Bay. You're 1 hour away from the north side of it or 1 hour away from our side of it. And that it's usually a pretty good spot. You can stay. I'm over on our side is Bayport. You can stay around the Bayport, Michigan area. On the other side, like on the northern side, you can stay in Augrey, Michigan, or Tawas, Michigan, Pinconning. There's a couple different areas.
Any good
Yeah.
eating up there?
Oh, there's all. Look at the size of me, man. We eat good. Yeah, we always eat. That's the biggest thing. That's one of our favorite things. Is after a day of hunting in the cold, we always decompress and have a lunch, and it's the time to build camaraderie with our clients, within ourselves, and that's also a big part of our hunts is our food.
See, that's what I'm talking about, because I base my hunt off of my lunch.
Yeah, that's funny.
Man, we get done hunting and we'll go eat, and the boys would be like, yeah, let's get breakfast. And they getting eggs and grits. And I'm like, I want a hamburger, French fries.
Yeah.
And they were like, what are you talking about? I'm like, dude, I ate breakfast at like 2 o'clock this morning. I'm ready to eat some. I'm ready for some good food.
Right?
I mean, I like breakfast too, but I'm ready for lunch because we do a lot of kayaking. Daggone.
Yeah.
In my mid-40s, I'm wore out, but not this year. Not this year, baby. This year, I got a trolling motor.
Heck yeah.
We up the kayak game.
Yep.
That's just going to make me fatter and lazier.
Make sure you take a paddle with you just in case.
Oh, yeah. I ain't that. Well, I was going to say I'm not that dumb, but, you know, sometimes
it gets you.
I made a comment a couple weeks ago that said I was the smartest one in the room because I was the only one in my room, only one in the room. And a friend of mine had to remind me of them words. I kind of like ate them later on, but she was like, you ain't the smartest one in the room anymore.
That's funny.
But, all right, well, I appreciate you coming on. You got anything else you want to talk about before we call tonight?
No, man, it's a great thing you do, and I appreciate you reaching out. I follow your stuff, and you do a great job, and you do a lot of stuff for our community, and thank you for doing what you do.
Oh, yeah, well, I appreciate it. Man, like I said, I had y'all on a year ago. If you just joining and you're into reloading, this right here, his son designed it and is now selling for, you know, a reloading company and ballistic products. And this is a game changer for reloading, especially if you're doing TSS and duplex loads. Big game changer. But yeah, I love reloading. Prices right now is just ridiculous, but maybe one day TSS is going to come back down.
Let's hope. They're working on some American-made stuff, and I know it's expensive, but it's also an investment into our country and
right.
So let's hope they can get it reasonable.
What you getting a pound for?
So I bought it when Buddy Denman bought his big order. He got 1,000 pounds or something, a couple thousand pounds. We were getting it for $31, $32 a pound.
Ooh, that would have been a big check.
Yeah, he got it stuck in customs, or he got it stuck on the boat. Like they weren't letting that stuff in, and he had over. I'm going to speak for him. He had over 30 grand invested, and it was in La La Land, and it finally came in, thank God. But it was months. Yeah, it was months.
And you know, TSS is heavy too.
Oh yeah, there's a big pallet of it, big drums of it.
I would have cried if a forklift would have stuck in the side and like pellets roll out. I would have cried for him.
Yeah, believe me, when we squib a load or knock one over, I'm down there on the carpet picking up each individual. Got to.
I agree. I drop a lid or steel or whatever. It's just like, I'll be all right.
Yep.
I'll pick it up whenever I hear it rolling back across the floor the other way.
Right.
All right. Well, I appreciate you coming on. Y'all go check him out. Hit him up. If you're up towards Michigan and you want to shoot some old squalls, hit him up. That's what I want. I'm telling you, 26. If I saw my buddy comment, he on comment, he was talking about he's a big Tater Clemson fan. Tony, 26. No, it'd be, yeah, we're in 26, 27. We're going to Michigan.
Heck yeah, come be my guest.
He might get seasick. If he gets seasick, I'm recording it.
All right, deal.
It'd probably be me. I'll probably be, like, if I start talking junk, it's going to be me the one seasick.
Yeah, it happens. We'll get you them pills. You'll be fine.
But I know you still on here. But before I disconnect, I do want to give an update on my wife and everybody that's been praying and doing and thinking about her. I talk about her each week. We went back to the doctor Monday. They took her staples out and they got the, if I say that correctly, the pathology report back on the lymph nodes that came out of the colon. They took out 8 inches of the colon where the tumor was, or tumor was actually like an inch or two, and they took above and below. But they took the lymph nodes to send them off, and all 34 came back negative. So there is no other treatments, no other any kind of chemo, nothing. She is done for a year. So I just want to tell everybody that listens to the channel and has been praying for her and everything. I greatly appreciate every single one of y'all keeping our family in the prayers. But it was definitely a God answered prayer, and she's on her way to recovery. She's still walking like an old lady in the shopping cart, but she every day she's getting stronger. One of these days I'm gonna tell her she's an old lady in the shopping cart. She's gonna come after me, but
don't do it. You'll have a black eye on your next podcast.
I'd blame it. It was a shotgun shell hit me or something. I'd blame it on something else. But,
right.
All right. Well, I appreciate y'all coming on. I appreciate everybody tuning in and listening, and I appreciate it, Jeff. Y'all go hit him up. Tell him your website again and info before we disconnect.
Yes, tailannihilators.com. TAILANNIHILATORS.com. Facebook is Tail Annihilators Guide Service.
If I was a good IT person that I am and actually worked that, I could have just put the address in there. Oh, Lord, she heard me. But I could have, threw that up on the screen. Let's see. There we go. Look at that. I could have put that up there the whole time. My wife just commented. She said, I heard that loud and clear. I love you, sweetie. I wasn't talking. He said you look like a shopping cart. I don't know.
I didn't say nothing.
No, it was me. It was me. But you know what? She can't come up the stairs at the moment.
All right. Well, God is good, and I'm glad that he looked upon her. So that's awesome.
Yeah. Hey, we'll be talking to you again. I appreciate y'all coming on. I appreciate everybody watching. And here's a word from our sponsors. And I'll see y'all next Wednesday at 8 o'clock.
Take care, buddy.
Next Wednesday at 8 o'clock, we got a guy who makes grunt calls. His name's Chris. Deer calls, duck calls, all that. So next week, he'll be on. And I'll see y'all. Matthew Knight with Satura Investors out of Charlotte. There's the information. The link to his website is scrolling across the banner down at the bottom, and it's also in the description. Today's episode is about helping business owners and working professionals like you who share a passion for the outdoors, shooting sports, zeroing them in to their long-term financial goals. So if you need any information or contact or any other questions, contact Matthew. Also go check out Salt Creek Ammo. This triple curl TSS is some of the best TSS I have ever shot. This is for waterfowl edition. It's made for waterfowl. So if you're going to shoot a species that you've been chasing for a long time, don't use no cheap ammo. You pay good money to go on a trip. You got great guns. Don't cheap out on cheap ammunition. This TSS is amazing. It's got number 7s, number 8s, and he has number 9s. So go check out Salt Creek publicammo.com. Here you will find any kind of ammo you're looking for. He has custom loads, TSS in 10 gauge, 12 gauge, 20 gauge, low pressure ammunition. You got predator ammunition, turkey ammunition, anything you're looking for, give Keith a call. Also to the channel, Kicks Industries, most people will know them as Kick Chokes, has came on board, and I have done a bunch of series lately on waterfowl choke tubes, turkey choke tubes, deer choke tubes. So go check out Kick's website for all of the chokes that can fit your guns. Flint Ridge Hauling Service LLC has partnered up with the channel. It is your go-to provider for all your hauling needs. They are not just any hauling service. They are an active DOT interstate hotshot hauling provider. Flint Ridge Service LLC prides itself in its reliable transportation services. This team ensures that your cargo is delivered safely and on time no matter the distance. Whether you need to transport goods across the county or state line, they have the capacity and the expertise to meet your hauling needs. Equipped with a smooth riding 40-foot air ride equipped trailer and a max hauling capacity of 20,000 pounds, there's no load too big or too small that they can't handle. Look no further than Flint Ridge Hauling Service LLC.